we're going to attempt to leave the Seine again and go on the River Oise. Yes, it's the River Oise. And where are we at the minute? Conflans, Conflans, Conflans. Yes, and fingers crossed we can do what we wanted to do and we won't have any route barriers. So we're keeping everything crossed, especially when you're going up the Oise. There's nothing coming out of the Oise. Goodbye, Seine. It's been insane, and we don't want to come on you again. Here he is, Stu.
Don't get too comfortable. Run or something.
That's pretty cool.
Right, I'm going to get past here and put this in the reverse. Something's not right.
This is the Passerelle de l'Axe Major. That's very cool. First sign of civilization on the Oise. This is Port de Cergy. Looks very pretty. There's a marina here. Very nice. There's a few, yeah, it looks like a fuel burn. Ah. Very nice. Tight squeeze. Right, well. About to get bumped. That little powerboat. They're worse than the big ones. So we've come up the Oise. We tried to find several pontoons which are listed in the fluvial book thing, and one which was in a lovely medieval town was now unavailable, and it was interdit and all chained up. So we thought, well, we can't go ashore, even though you could tie onto the pontoon, so what's the point? So we thought, we'll go on to the next one, which is the last resting place of Van Gogh. That looked a nice little village. And we approached the pontoon, and there was a Danish guy had strewn himself across the middle of the pontoon, leaving no space for another boat. We did think about rafting onto it, and then we thought, nah. And so we carried on, and we were going to go to the next village, which looks quite nice. But then we thought, well, what if we get to the next village? Or I thought, and you got the same problem, and you can't get on a pontoon, or it's closed, or whatever, because the book's so out of date. So we were just coming along, and we just saw this little pontoon here, which looks like it's a part of a restaurant. Looks like part of a restaurant which is now closed. And and the pontoon's closed off, so no one can get down here. And it's such a lovely spot. We're just going to sit here and just enjoy the evening. Lovely rural spot. Probably get woken up by the cockles that keep crowing, but hey ho. Sure, it's lovely. There you go, a bit of barge board artwork. This is a pretty place. This is Beaumont sur Oise. See the dominating church, which it's known for. Here we go. Very nice. Problem with trying to find places to moor up. The furthest boat away is fair play there. What you would call, I guess, touring. The middle boat is an abandoned houseboat, which is just free. Well, I think it's abandoned. If it's got people in it, they're just freeloading. And then the nearest boat is a boat that's, like us, has had its mast taken down. And they've obviously just abandoned it. And it looks like it's been there for quite a long time, which means that no one can get on that pontoon, which is not good for the town either, because they're not getting any revenue because that's just dumped there. And there's a chance we could try rafting to something like that, but we don't know how good their lines are that are holding it on. So this is the frustration we've had for the last few stops. The stop we had last night, which was lovely. A chap came down this morning and told us that it was Mrs. Boulanger's pontoon and she wasn't very happy. We apologised and said that we thought it was from a closed down hotel, and all was well in the end. But yeah, if you're coming this way, don't stop on that pontoon, because that's their concern. If people see the boat tide, then they'll think it's fair game. So I can understand their frustration. Had we realised that Mrs. Boulanger was Mrs. Boulanger, we probably would have bought some goods from her as well before we left. Shame, really. I'm loving these locks on the Oise. They're actually been so much better to do, and they seem to understand my French, which is good. It doesn't look a very comfortable water slide, I have to say. Not up for that. So this place is Saint-Lô d'Esserent. Saint-Lô is dominated by the Benedictine Abbey, with apparently a superb nave of Romanesque and Gothic inspiration. It compares with some of the cathedrals. Its patron saint is Saint Nicholas, who actually protects us, the boating community. He also protected the church from very intense bombings in 1944, because they were aimed at the disused quarries, which is where they were making the V1 bomb. Now the quarries are now mushroom farms. Numbers that you see at the side of the river, they are they tell us that we're halfway to where we want to be today. And there we are, we've got a view of the lovely abbey. That is quite a, that's a beaut, that is, Stu.
Yeah, it's huge. Is it a chateau or a church?
It's an abbey.
An abbey even.
Yeah. Remarkable. Thank God it didn't get bombed. So this is Nugent-sur-Oise, and on the left and on the right is Creole. Yeah, lovely little towns. Apparently at one time they wanted to build a canal here that would take you all the way up through Bethune to Dieppe, but it never happened. I think Stu's kind of wishing it had. Okay, we're at Pont Saint-Maxence, and we've done the first steak we've done on this trip. I'm not talking about the meat kind either, I'm talking about steak in the boat to the bank. Luckily there's two cleats for the fore and aft. Hey Portia, Portia's come out now. No, uh-oh.
What?
She's going to be off onto that grass, aren't you?
She is. There's not a lot you can do about it.
Portia. Oh, that's nice, it's very hot. Hopefully there's a boulangerie. Time for a beer. Silly bugger. Portia, it's too hot for that. Get yourself in the shade, you moron.
Find out where the boulangerie is.
I know, I was just saying that. Oh, look at you, gorgeous girl. Little munchkin. She's making a break for freedom. If she sees her motorhome, she'll get confused.
No, when she was in Portugal, you know, she got out. She didn't go past the pitch. It was just curious. It was funny. She was looking, and then peek off she went.
Aww.
Please don't start eating poisonous stuff, don't you?
I think the slightest thing she'll come running back.
Mm. I think these are little spiders that are biting us. I've seen lots of little spiders in
Yeah?
Mm. I just pooped with one on my...
Hmm. Going to turn up Spider-Man. Well, this is a lovely spot, isn't it, Stu?
This is actually a real gem of a place, isn't it?
Yes. There's a couple more boats joined us further down, staked onto the side. So we just had our dinner and we're just gonna enjoy a little glass of wine by the side of the river now. So let's have a little walk around Pont Saint-Maxence. Just got our baked goods courtesy of our local tour guide that we met.
And Maddie.
And his
Tiffany's.
Nice Tiffany's. Who was telling us a lot about the town and how it was affected during the war and its Roman roots. What was his name? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Ah, his son was called Nelson though. His grandson, sorry. Grandson was called Nelson. So, yeah, he took us to the boulangerie. Obviously it's on his recommendation, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's a pretty little town. So this must be the monastery. Wow. That's the church. Beautiful church, isn't it? here's the palace. The cinema. They did a National Cinema Day. It doesn't look like a cinema. It is. So they've had numerous bridges which have been destroyed by floods and wars, and this is the one that they don't particularly like. They'd like another bridge out of town because it is a main route into Paris. It was the one river, the name derives from being the one river crossing from Roman times to get from Flanders to Paris, I believe. Up here, these big chips in the police station, those are from the war. So this is the, if you want to bring your motor home, this is where you park up. It's very nice. They're very pretty. And we're back to our boat. So calm here, it's so lovely. It's just sitting there, isn't it? It's almost as if you don't need to tie it up. Got a guy fishing down there. Mind myself on these steps. What have you seen? Oh, look at that little monkey. She's so good. Hello, Portia.
Hello.
We tried to keep her in this morning, and little Houdini found another hat she could get out of. We didn't think she could get out of, but she worked it out. But she didn't go anywhere. She's so good. Madame Maddie.
Madame Maddie.
Yeah.
Nice food in the evening.
That's our breakfast bag, and that's our lovely lunch we just got from the patisserie. So we'll have the breakfast on the way, and then probably the lunch on the way as well. Hey. Well, this is a nice thing to do. Just sitting on the front of the boat. It's very warm. But what's really nice is just dangling your feet over the nice and cooling. The captain's eating his croissants and having his coffee. Nice. I'm gonna go and get Good? Bon appetit!